Arizona has a lot of room to grow when it comes to caring for its youngest residents. At least that's according to a new report that looks at the well-being and development of infants across the country. The 2019 State of Babies Yearbook ranked Arizona near the bottom of its list in areas like whether children up to 3 years old are part of stable families or whether they have access to early childhood care. Arizona did show improvement when it came to the overall health of babies. The Children's Action Alliance takes the findings seriously. It lobbies for greater childhood development initiatives at the state capitol. Via Skype, we spoke with Kelly Murphy, the Director of Early Childhood Policy. The 2019 State of Babies report is out, a national report, but also broken down by states. So let's start with the obvious. How does Arizona do?
Overall, unfortunately, we're not doing that well. Out of the four, they split the states and the District of Columbia into four quarters, and we are in the bottom of the tier of the states. So we're in the bottom quarter of states.
Is that a change from years past, and is that surprising?
Unfortunately, no, it's not a change from years past, and it isn't that surprising. We have seen some progress in certain areas, but we are certainly still lagging behind in several others.
Well, let's start with the good news then. Where are we making progress?
Okay, well, where we scored well in this particular assessment is look at the availability we have for home visitation for infants and toddlers. So we have a very robust system in Arizona, which is great. That helped up our score just a little bit. We also scored very well in the health area, and that's because we are a Medicaid expansion state. So our access program expanded several years ago, and that actually helped us as well. And then in addition, in the health area, we have some good scores because we have services, behavioral health services for infants in the state.
I noticed in looking at the report that one of the big takeaways was about 1 in 4 kids nationally, or babies and toddlers, not even children, live in poverty, and Arizona's number is higher than that, correct?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're at about 28% in the state of Arizona, which is above the national average.
But is there something we as a state can do to work on that number and get especially little kids out of poverty?
There are a number of policies at the state level that we could implement that would help these families. Unfortunately, over the last several years, specifically during the recession, we cut a lot of those programs to families, and many of them have not been restored. And what you're seeing from that now is sort of the result of that is that we have a higher than average poverty result in infants.
These don't sound like one-year turnarounds. The legislature could fully fund all of these things as they start on the budget for the upcoming fiscal year, but it takes time, it sounds like, not just 1 year.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we are seeing some progress in some areas, but yes, these are long-term problems that will require long-term solutions.
And you said, in addition to poverty, we fall below the average in a lot of areas. Where are we deficient?
We don't have enough kids that are getting child care subsidy in the state because we don't put any state money into that. We only have federal money in it. While we do have a robust home visitation program, which is really helpful, we also have problems with our AZPM program, which is the Arizona Early Intervention Program. It's been under-resourced for several years, and our eligibility for kids that are developmentally delayed to get into that program is really narrow. And so a lot of kids can't get services until they're significantly developmentally delayed, and that puts them at a disadvantage for moving forward all the way through school and into life.
Are those state programs, or are they partnerships with the federal government? Do we need to look at Washington to also get some more funding?
So both of those are partnerships with the federal government. In the child care program, we were lucky in 2 years ago, the federal government allocated additional funds to states for the child care program. Arizona's share of that is $56 million. We could have allocated it during the last legislative session, but unfortunately, the legislature did not add it to the budget. And the problem is that the agency can't expend it if they don't allocate it. And so that money has been sitting.
We're getting to the point where bills are dying in the legislature. How are these bills doing? Do lawmakers get it this year?
Yeah, we've been very fortunate on these bills. They have pretty wide bipartisan support. So the bills to expend the funds, there was a bill in both the Senate and the House sponsored by Republicans They were passed by wide margins in both. They are moving forward. So we are expecting and hoping to see those. And then additionally, the governor, as part of his budget, also included releasing this funding in his budget. So we are hoping to see it happen this year.
As we look at this report and the fact that we are in the lower percentiles, what does this mean long term for the infants and toddlers in Arizona now as they grow up in our state?
Yeah, it's a great question. Those children that start behind at infancy tend to stay behind, frankly. So if we can't help get these children the services and care and supports that they need in their infancy, they start school later. They start school behind, and that translates itself into difficulty catching up with their peers all the way through high school. And we know that kids that start unprepared kindergarten are more likely to, frankly, just drop out of school or not graduate, or if they do graduate, they go on to have other problems later in life because they just never catch up. And so that's the long-term kind of look at what happens if we don't address some of these issues.
All right. Well, thanks so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you.